It's something that we're going to actually be giving this out or naming the winner this year at 4:20 later on today. We do all sorts of other games and things here with the students, prizes, and as well as the convention and film festival. So yeah, it's been really inspiring. I guess this one's a little dark, but this is our new mascot, Herb. We brought Herb into the world last year, and his first appearance was Canada Day, which is July 1st. We have an event now at the courthouse. This is from our anniversary. We go again each year in September, the first week, to the ledge and get our picture taken smoking pot with the security watching. It's just one of the things we like to do. So yeah, again, Herb is becoming our mascot in very many ways. We're making a whole collection of materials, buttons, t-shirts and such, with Herb as the foundation of that. And we're really excited to have this awesome mascot for our organization. And Herb will be making many appearances in town and in other places. So I think this might be my last picture, yeah? So yeah, and again, coming back to the university here, we have many plans and ideas of what we can do with Hempology 101, and part of that is building, in some sense, a reputation for educating the public, and we've had a lot of success in the media as well. Oh, I should maybe just show off my textbook. If you want to read the first 3 editions of it, or sorry, the 3rd edition, and I've printed 100 copies on hemp of the first 3 editions. It's available on the webpage at hempology.ca. Please don't read the last couple chapters. It's kind of embarrassing. And I'm working on a new edition though, which is much better and much more updated and less opinion, more history. I put far too much of my own drug-induced opinion in the last edition. But yeah, in terms of press, we've had all sorts of press. The first time I think I got any major media was definitely Cannabis Culture. I actually typed in the business directory of the first Cannabis Culture, and in many ways a lot of my work and reputation have been displayed by Cannabis Culture more than anyone, both online and in print. This is issue number 6 with a story on Langford having hemp bylaws being passed. I don't have all the copies that I'm in. I just took a little bit of time. This is 34, where there's a picture of me after my pot cookie bust, where I got busted at International Medical Marijuana Day trying to give out cookies downtown. There's an article here titled Hempology 101 Survives. It's also about my pot cookie bust and getting busted up here at UVic. Yeah, there's a couple other ones. Oh yeah, there's this kind of infamous picture that was also in Cannabis Culture. I can't remember which issue it was, but that's not my real hair here. That was my friend Jose's kind of wig out of his hair that he made. I was dressed up as sort of an Arab freak. It's a long story, but anyway, yeah, a bunch of times actually, and I didn't bring it, but when they put all the picture of all the activists on the front cover, I slipped in there twice too, so that was pretty cool. I'm also been featured a number of times in Cannabis Health magazine. If you grab this issue here, there's an article, and this issue here, another article on this issue here. Hempology 101 even got mentioned in the current issue of High Times magazine for the first time, and we're sort of hoping that Treating Yourself is putting something in about the convention, and if not, we'll get in there too. So that'll be 4 magazines we've been in. We've been covered in the Globe and Mail, the National Post, Georgia Straight, obviously Monday, Times Columnist. We've been in the Mingbao Daily News selling cannabons, because a few years ago I tried to raise funds selling cannabons, so we were in the largest Canadian daily newspaper distributed in Chinese. Yeah, so I've also been featured by the Australian Broadcasting Corporation and the National Public Radio in the United States, and CBC Radio has done a few things on me as well. So we've been really good at not only helping inform people about what's happening in the movement, but gaining and getting more press and attention, which isn't easy. It's getting more and more difficult to get press, so getting busted and going to court certainly helped do that, but there's been a lot of other stunts and things that we've done that have helped raise public awareness with Hempology 101. We sort of refer to it as participatory education in constant passive civil disobedience. I know that's a mouthful.
Can we hear that again?
It's participatory education in constant passive civil disobedience.
What does that spell if you just take the first line?
I don't know what the acronyms are, but yeah. But yeah, that's in some ways the more general theme that I've taken to Hempology. Now, there's constant things that are happening and changing. I've really only given you a sketch of my history and not many of the funny stories. But the last year has seen even more changes and developments with Hempology, in part because our sister club, the Cannabis Buyers Club, has gotten itself out of debt and is in a position to actually give Hempology money to, I guess, bust a move in various ways. So I talked a bit about the products that we're developing, but more importantly, we put a lot of effort into creating a new society, a charitable organization we intend upon calling the World Society for Cannabis Research, and we want to publish or help publish a peer-reviewed journal on the science of cannabis, hosting international scientific conventions on the subject, and doing research with our club and other clubs comparing cannabis to prescription drugs, and essentially in a way helping collect enough anecdotal evidence about the medical uses of cannabis to inspire more research into different areas that we think have been relatively unexplored. So we really want to do a lot of the groundwork, you could say, with various clubs and medical cannabis users and products, so that the scientists and researchers don't have to kind of do all the work that the people and the products and stuff are as prepared as possible. So working, from the actual users all the way up to the scientists publishing a peer-reviewed journal has been a really daunting task in many ways, but there's been a lot of potential come from it as well, and we're really currently discussing with some of the top scientists in the world right now how this project may or may not develop. I can't get into all the details right now, but it's been really exciting to take our club and our experience and try to do something for the greater community to make some real changes, and it seems that is quite likely to happen, and next year's lecture will in some ways have, I think, quite a different flavor, because we're going to be taking our work here and truly making it international. So next year at this time, we should have 3 clubs at the very least happening here on the West Coast. My textbook may be available, which could make more clubs a very real possibility. We'll have a huge product line that will be available on sale. You guys can be shopping while you're listening. And a multitude of other changes, I think, are really on the verge of happening. So I just can't thank people enough for the support that they've given me in these 13 and a half years. Like I say, this next year I think is going to prove to be more exciting than any other. So thanks again for even coming out and helping me with this, the 3rd year of our lecture series. I guess, wow, September's next. Thanks everybody for coming out. Have a great day.